Hi, my name's Tom Buller, and this morning Sony announced the PSP2, codenamed the NGP. We invited a load of readers down to give their thoughts on the next generation handheld platform to find out whether or not they would play it, how much they'd pay for it, the sort of games they wanted to see, and how they thought it compared to the iPhone and the 3DS.
I've got every console on the market, PS3, DS, PSP, Xbox, Wii, PC.
I've got my iPhone 4 and I had a PSP before that, and years and years ago I had the Game Boy Advance, the big chunky Game Boy and the colour.
Yeah, I've got Nintendo and DS and all that, and PSP.
I've got the PSP, and because it was all the hype, I just thought I might as well buy it, and I'm pretty much of a PlayStation fanboy.
Yeah, I've got the PSP, DS. I still even game on the Game Boy Color as well.
I was a bit disappointed just because the NGP is a touchscreen gaming device, and we've had those for years. Nintendo has them, Apple has them. It's nothing new. This is supposed to be next generation, not last year's news.
It looked pretty. It was just a sleeker version of the PSP.
I thought it was pretty slick, because it's quite slim compared to the original one.
Yeah, I'm very interested in just how the touchpad at the back will work.
I'm not really sure about the whole touchscreen thing.
I like the fact that there are two analog sticks.
I'm not sure how it's gonna, don't know how it's gonna feel comfortable with the two analog sticks.
I don't know the analog sticks, because they were a bit tricky with the original PSP.
I like the improved graphics.
But I like the interface.
It looks okay.
It does look nicer.
It looks good, it looks powerful, and it's got some fantastic connected capabilities.
I think if it came in at more than the 3DS, it wouldn't sell.
I'd say maybe 150 would be a good price, but I'm guessing it's going to be a lot more than that.
I'm trying to compare it to the 3DS, about 230 around that mark.
So I think if they keep it below 200, then I might buy it, but I don't think I'll buy the console for 200.
I will probably pay for it as much as the retail price of the 3DS was like 220, I think. But I'm thinking it's going to be maybe 250, 290.
An absolute top level 250.
What I would pay for it would be about the same as what the 3DS is priced at, which is about 230. But I think that's being a little bit optimistic. I think seeing as what it's doing, seeing as the 3D capabilities of it as well, and just the sheer technologies inside of it, it's going to be a fair bit more than that. I'd say it's reasonable to expect around 300 to 350.
Well, I'm a huge fan of Mass Effect, so I think they should make maybe a Mass Effect spin-off.
Something easy to play, so when you're commuting, something like Little Big Planet.
I would like to see some kind of RPG, Elder Scrolls, something along those lines, I think.
Maybe a driving simulator, so if you can get Gran Turismo on that'd be great.
You know, like minis where it's just like a quick fix kind of thing. If they have something like that with better graphics and good interface and quite user-friendly, I might go for something like that.
I think if it has more bite-sized games, and we see what their strategy is with the minis, if that's going to be going forward, or with just smaller games, smaller bite-sized games, that'll be more interesting, because as we know, people aren't willing to pay £40, I don't think, for that kind of experience anymore, because they're used to the iPhone where they're paying 59p for that kind of for their games.
I think it's got some very good competition.
A load of people are talking more about the 3DS.
The 3DS will do well.
The iPhone.
The iPhone 4, everyone already loves it.
I just don't think it's as good. It's not even a phone.
The more I think about it, the more I think that this isn't going after the iPhone and the 3DS. For a start, you'd have to be fairly insane to try and compete with the iPhone, with its user base and just its sheer success globally. And so I think what Sony might be going for after is the kind of a tablet market with it, and trying to just differentiate themselves, because it's a very different proposition to the iPhone, a very different proposition to the 3DS. It's got very different capabilities, and also just because the sheer size of the thing as well. This isn't pocket gaming, this is something different. This is more like a tablet.
So it seems that there's still a lot of questions to be answered by Sony, but for all the latest information on the NGP, stay tuned to IGN.com.